Hey guys, Clumsy here. Just a little bit late. Just a tad. Did that play a few moments later? Thank you for subbing, guys. Thank you. Welcome back to the channel. I just noticed we have an ATS wallpaper. We'll fix that in a bit. But for now, let's enjoy the view. Thanks guys for joining. Welcome back. Sounds are a bit loud. I hope it's okay on your end. Let me know. Taking this out of your paycheck. What paycheck? Oh my goodness. Welcome back, everybody. Arc the First. Oh, Scotsman, you've been dethroned. How are you guys doing? Patrick, welcome back. Lucy, grats on the sub. Raggy, thanks for all the showering goodness. Subs and cheers left and right. Welcome back, man. Hope you are doing good. How are you, Richard? Hipster, welcome back. Thank you guys for joining. Hey, Alex and Jack, the dynamic duo. How was the medieval thingy? I was supposed to join. Actually, I joined already, but a disaster happened, so I had to drop off. Tell you guys about it in a bit. Who do we have else in the chat here? Luis, welcome to the stream. How are you? Hope I didn't miss anyone. Hope you guys can hear me, but we'll see. Once I catch up with chat, I'll see that. XP sniping, exactly. Sorry for the lateness, guys. Casper, welcome as well. And congrats on that sub. Thanks again, Raggy. I think we are good. I think we're good. Second the motion. I can hear you sadly. Dang it. Hey, Slider. Where are you driving recently? Glad you could join. Hey, Bao Bao. What's up recently? Any more racing done? Right, let's load up the sim here. ATS today for a change. I'm more than happy to continue trucking in my favorite 4 series, but yeah, it looks like things are not shaping up for me at the moment. ATS is hanging. And yes, this kind of hang is the one that can wreck the controls, I think. Okay, 1 second. Let me see if I can back this up before this corrupts and everything. I think it might be too late by now. Anyway, let's see. Okay. Whew. Not the smoothest day. Many things are not falling into place. Hopefully we can override that with some goodwill and stuff. You broke Twitch. Yeah, might be. Yeah, that doesn't sound good. That doesn't look good. It reset and I have the same issue as Arc now. The black wallpaper. The black background. Let's see if I can fix that. I'll show you my screen in a bit, guys. I think it's better you enjoy the wallpaper for the moment. I just literally loaded ATS before the stream and it was fine. Yeah, that's the same problem. Okay, I have one more ace up my sleeve. I do keep a backup. Yeah, I've been restoring backups today. I don't know, there was no Windows update, but it seemed like things were resetting. So weird. Okay, let me do something. Let's see if I can remember this one. Give me a few seconds. We'll fix this darn thing. resolution. That's the one. Okay. How about this time? SnowRunner has infected my system. Yeah, exactly. And now it's back. So I'm not sure, but I got the same issue as Arc a while ago with the black screen. Now I can share my screen. But that happened when the config file got corrupted. But now that I restored an older version of my config file, it's now back again. I have no idea, no explanation how that works. But yeah, a while ago this background is all black. Yeah, ETS and ATS had an update. I loaded it after that. But no explanation why it's not working now. SnowRunner has infected my system, exactly. I did download some new things and I have a few tricks up my sleeve now. I can actually hide the the window so you can easily see the mods list. I should have done that ages ago. The idea just occurred to me recently. So we'll be adding this realistic corner shop. This is not a new mod, but this is something I've always forgotten. Let's place it above like this. As long as it's above the ATS Real Logos project, it should work. We have the Real Company 3D logo, Real Gas Stations. Yeah, that looks good. And we have, of course, all the sound mods from Zeemod. Wind Noise, Air Brake, his new train crossing, Rain and Wiper, DD60, of course, Cummins N14 Cat 3406E, and the main thing we're testing today is the Reforma, the new Reforma map. So you can see in terms of load order, it doesn't get any simpler than this. In the public version, you will have access to Reforma, and that combines. Oh, it doesn't say here, but this combines all the different maps they have. Sierra Nevada, Viva Mexico, Mexico Extremo. I think even Pazmod and Meximap are all here. Even the Mega Resources file is here. And then for those patrons who have access to Chihuahua, that this is going to be the add-on, this file here. But for the public, it's going to be just one file. And when Chihuahua gets publicly released for free, I think as well, then this will merge into this. I think that's the plan. I'm sure Alex can correct me there if I got any of the details wrong. He knows more about that stuff than I do for sure. But I think that is the gist. Yeah? Good. So let's confirm that and let me load up the sim. Let's get back my beautiful face. Don't hate me. Let's get back the beautiful chat rather. That might be better. You don't have a backup of the config file. Yeah, I'm not sure actually why that is. I mean, if the config file is resetting, then it should not have an issue because it's reverting to the default values. So I'm guessing the config file default they have, the default config file they have is not updated. So I would say it's more of a 140 beta bug. Maybe you can report it and see. Much easier than ETS. Oh, we have a very different perspective on that. Racing. I'm glad you guys are enjoying the racing though. I love seeing the photos, but it's not really my thing. I know you guys want me to race, but I don't enjoy it as much. I think I can learn it if I put some effort, but at the end of the day, it's more about the interest, and fast things, they don't appeal to me as much. I'd rather take it slow and enjoy the view. So that's why I really love ATS. Alright. Welcome back, NL. Just in time, man. I'm a bit late. Well, the other guys were a bit early, I think. So that should be loading up for you fine. DD60, oh, I missed you. We do have a job here, supposedly. Yes, we are already actually going for the trailer. Good. Now you have Pazmod enabled. Yeah, exactly. because that's the mod I always forget enabling by default. Whenever there's an update, it's incompatible for a few days, and then when it does get compatible, I forget to download it at all, so it most of the time just sits out of my load order. But now that it's embedded, PasMod is part of the equation, and we'll be going through that today, hopefully. At least I'll try. How many weeks is this pizza already? Guys, please eat this. Alex, it's all yours. Or maybe Rohan. Yeah, it's not just you, Ark. I think it's better you report that to the beta. Maybe try saying if you delete the config file, it creates a config file for you, but then the menu goes black screen, the background, so they can replicate it. Because, so for those who are not familiar with this is one of the tenets of testing. In order for developers to work on your issues, you have to tell them how to replicate the issue, because if they cannot replicate it, then they cannot fix it. That's always the first step, replicating the issue. I have a story about that in my full-time work. We'll have lots of times for stories today. So we are currently in Reno, guys, because I want to explore Sierra Nevada areas again. And we'll be going through I-80 here, which has been modified, has been improved by them. And I don't want to go through all the bends, but yeah, maybe let's take the long route here. I don't want to go via I-5, that's a bit plain looking. So if we can go through here. One sec, let's get some music in here. I'll get back to you in a bit. 1 second. Go through here. Yes, get it good. And then say go through there. There we go. That's it. Yes. Take the long road around. That's fine. That should be okay. 395. Yeah, I guess we can make that work. Good. Just go for a nice drive out. We can do that in MP once we do the convoy. Sounds good. There's been a grand debate about the Reforma merge on the forums. Oh, is there? Yeah, let me know about it. I haven't been able to keep up with the discussions. Hey, Gamaste. Welcome back, man. How are you? Oh, I missed these sounds. Got screenshots, so reporting the black background won't be a problem. Yeah, make sure you give the replication steps as well, like I mentioned. Delete the config file and load the game, and then see if the issue is still there. That will probably be a good deal. If I get some time later, I'll try it out myself if I can replicate that same issue. If I delete my config file, load the game, if the menu will be black. It's a beautiful mountain right there. In-N-Out Burger, thanks to the real company mod we have. Raggy is still gifting subs. Goodness, Raggy, thanks for all your generosity. Welcome to the sub community, everyone who got lucky in that random draw. Join Discord, link your Twitch accounts, and welcome to the Cool Kids Club. Thanks a lot, man. Appreciate it. Hey, Super. How are you, man? How's it going? What have you been busy with? After the beta updates, you logged in. There was a black background. Yeah, maybe your config file got reset, and that's causing the issue. Hey, DJ. Goodness. Thank you for subbing. Welcome to the stream, man. DGA. Is this the DGA? The working title DGA? Is that you, man? Making too many payments. Is it blocking me now? Thank you, appreciate it. Sorry guys, I'm missing some messages. I'll try and catch up. How many did you send? Too many to mention. Thank you though, my goodness. Yes. Oh, Alex, you're losing your touch. Must be too much snow runner. Oh, you guys want to drive together? Lucy and Bao? We can drive together in Snow Runner, the best game ever. Jack and Alex will agree. Doing good, been trucking a lot more. Loving ATS. Oh, awesome stuff, DGA. Thanks a lot for giving me that QA branch copy. I tested it out. I was able to tweak the charts on the CJ4. It's beautiful. Tomorrow I'm planning to do a full flight with it. It's amazing stuff. I have never seen that feature implemented before, not even in Explain. So that really made me so happy seeing the charts embedded in the MFD. Amazing idea. Popcorn ready if you want to hop over to that debate. What just moved? Hype train? What the heck is that? I think we've had that only a couple of times, huh? Oh my goodness, this looks so beautiful. Let's take a photo here. Hype train! Thank you for all the subs, guys. To those who are new, welcome to the community. Thanks for joining. Sorry for the delay in the beginning. Late start, and then yeah, ATS trolled me a bit there. Does that happen to you guys sometimes as well? I think it's because of all the plugins I'm using. Sometimes I'm getting crashing, like not really crashing, but the game won't start, just black screen, and I have to end task it, and then the next time it's okay. But by that time, it's what happened here exactly. In that black screen that I had to end task, the next time I start the game, it does start, but everything resets in terms of the config files. So it doesn't like detect my steering wheel. It asks me if I want to set it up, use the wizard and everything like that. So it's like with ending the task, some of the config files get corrupted, so they get recreated the next time. Enjoying the Freightliner Classic XL by John Ruda. He bought it recently. DD60 from Zeemod is a perfect combo. Oh, exactly. That's this one right here. That's this one right here, exactly. This is my favorite combo in ATS. This is the equivalent of the Scania R4 series with the Scania V8 sounds for me. ATS Pro Mods MP. Oh, that's cool stuff. Yeah, I would love to do a convoy again. Maybe, who was it? It was Calvin, I think, who was asking about when the next convoy will be. Let's schedule something, guys. Maybe when 140 gets released officially and Truckers MP supports it. What's happening with the sky? It looks like the sky is chasing after us. It's blocked you for 24 hours, my goodness. So that does happen, huh? Yeah, it's to protect your wallet from yourself, I think. Thank you. Hey Clubs, thanks for subbing. Sorry for the delayed response. Getting back to it. Goodness! Just saw that hype train fill up. What happened? I think Alex just did something. Oh yeah. Raggy, Alex, and everyone else chiming in. You guys are intense. Hype. We need a more powerful horn for that. Thank you guys. And because of that hype train, we'll go look for a train. I do want to test out Zeemod's train and crossing mod based on the video he released. Looks very, very good. Oh my goodness, speaking of good, huh? I don't remember this looking this good. Mountains all over like this. Ah, it's been a while indeed since I've been here. Track IR and 3 monitors. You mean when I have the game in triple monitors? I don't usually enable track IR when I'm on triple monitor mode because the frame rate is not the best, and frankly, I don't think I need it anymore because there's so much I can see without. So I usually go either track IR or triple monitor, but not both at the same time. I think I tried it once though, and it was okay, it was working fine, but I didn't really continue with that kind of setup. Also, did you guys notice the skyboxes? I think they added some more. This one, for example, looks more high quality. This is almost like JDX level, isn't it? You can hardly see the pixels even if you look closely. Nice. Level 3, you guys are the best, thank you. Sorry guys, see, my driving is all over the place because I'm still trying to catch up with chat and trying to monologue at the same time. To protect your mobile balance, exactly. Thanks Alex, appreciate that, man. Goodness. Is that like part of your winnings from the car you just set up? Goodness, that's an amazing looking car. That's classic. Now that's a classic. For those who are not familiar what I'm talking about, check out Discord in the general channel. Alex just showed a pic of a classic piece of art that he was working on. Finished with recently. If you're a fan of classic cars, you'll be loving that. And even if you're not, I'm sure you'll appreciate the beauty in it. And of course, we are lucky with all the way stations. Whew. Goodness, that must be blowing at your ears, guys. Jake braking for the win. Sky seems to occasionally accelerate when Reforma is enabled. Yeah, I noticed that too. I thought that was only a problem with the Mexico areas where there is no speed limit or something. Did they ever discuss about that problem? Because I remember they couldn't solve it, but I'm not sure if they discovered why it was happening in the first place. Hey Swag, thanks for joining. Sorry guys, I'm missing some messages. Thank you for all the new subs, all the new follows, and thank you for all the new viewers. And the existing ones for sure. Glad to have everyone on board. As I keep mentioning, these Friday mornings for me, Thursday night for some people. This is something I always look forward to because this is the hanging out time. Even if we're not really testing something groundbreaking, it's not a matter of new stuff, it's a matter of mainly hanging out and finding an excuse to hang out together. Cheesy stuff incoming! Unsub! Bye! Let's stop with that. From what you remember in the map editor, there are 6 nice skyboxes and 4 bad skyboxes in the base game. Ah, how does that work, NL? Yeah, maybe you can shed some light on that because we were discussing that before. Because each time of the day, or I think they're even like different climates, right? Do they all use the same skybox, or is it like, okay, morning, there's like a specific, so like 6 nice skyboxes in the morning, 6 different nice skyboxes in the afternoon, or is it 6 for everything, including the night? Something that we were not clear about. Hype train success. Level 2 hype train emote. Thank you guys. My goodness, we did it. Level 2 completed. Amazing stuff. I think that's the first time we achieved that. Yeah, this Jake break is my favorite. Well, I might actually like the Cummins N14 Jake break more. That's more boomish. But overall, I like the DD60 best. It's very grunty engine sound. Very raw. Oh, I'm still shifting like ATS too. Whenever I split the gears, I step on the clutch like in a European truck. As I have been told by you guys. In the US, you can simply split the gear, let go of the gas, and step on it again, and it will shift already. And I just noticed, dang it, I don't have the overlay, do I? I wanted to highlight that to you. Okay. Give me a second. Let's bring that back. I should add that to my hotkeys and stuff, because that would be nice. Someone might actually have pointed that out and I missed the message. Sorry about that, guys. Here we go. Hopefully that works. One more complexity to the equation. That's why I'm getting all these black screens from time to time. There we go. Good. So what I was mentioning is, if I wanted to change my gear from 7 low to 7 high, so I split the gear, I toggle the split in my ALMAR SKRS shifter, like that. I let go of the gas and it's already 7 high. But in a European truck, in order to switch from low to high, in addition to changing the split, in addition to splitting it, you have to step on the clutch as well. So like something like that to switch. And you can actually set that in the controls, how that behavior works. If you go to options, controls, and over here, if you have an SKRS shifter, this one, shifter fast split, clutch or throttle. In a European truck, I've been told it should be the clutch press. But in a US truck, it should be this one. If that's accurate, you guys let me know. But that's my setup. So now I'm getting used to, again, the ATS kind of stuff. ATS kind of shifting. Doing good, man, doing good. Hope you are as well. Okay, catching up with chat now. Assuming that that hasn't stopped completely. Grunty, yes, it's a new adjective. This is so nice. Reminds me of Pro Mods Canada. Like that main highway in Canada that we've been driving in, filled with these mountainous routes. It's very nice. You broke Twitch. yeah, Braggy to blame there. Okay, looks like it's still working, thank you. Skyboxes, you believe, are randomly chosen by the game for a random amount of time. Might be. So it might be 6 skyboxes for daytime, and then they just get switched accordingly. Yeah, that would be interesting to get some insights on, just for additional trivia. Now, I am feeling some FPS loss here. 1 second, let's have a look. Yeah, it is falling below. Not sure why. Must be the combination of Sierra Nevada and Classic XL. I remember before, in my older setup, I would really avoid that kind of combo. I think Silly Panda tested that to detrimental results. I think he got like 11 or 15 FPS with all the frame huggers all in one picture. Yikes. Hey Geek Squad. Oh nice, first shot of the COVID vaccine. How are you feeling? I think it's normal to feel some side effects there. Oh, look at that, different skybox now. Fluffy clouds. Less of those streaks. And more fluffy. Very nice lighting. Absolutely loving the lighting. And the skyboxes now. I think we are ready for a 140 release. If you guys look at the forums now, you will see that they announced that the wiki, the modding wiki, I think, will be down. I'm not sure if the forums also will be down. I hope not. But the modding wiki will be down, because I'm assuming they will update it for 140, or they'll do some upgrades in the back end. But that to me sounds like a very good sign that 140 is coming up. Because if they're documenting 1.40 stuff already, then that means they've finalized it. Because I feel exactly the same way in my work. So for those who are not familiar, I am an IT consultant. That's my full-time work. So I'm a software engineer. by profession. So I also deal with a lot of coding, a lot of developments, but I work with enterprise systems. So not as relatable, unfortunately. So I can't apply those skills so much outside my full-time work. But still, some of the basic concepts are the same. And I have a personal preference as well of trying to delay the documentation as long as possible, because as you're coding stuff, as you're testing stuff, things happen. You realize things, oh, we're missing this one, or this one doesn't work, we have to modify it. And if you document everything in the beginning, it's just so much rework. It's the right thing to do, but it's just practically not, it's not practical. So personally, what I do is I document stuff informally, just like in my notes. And then when everything is finalized, we're good with the design, it's working, then I document it. And I have a feeling that's how SES is doing it as well. With 140 locked down and they're happy enough with it, then they can get to the documentation pieces. And that's why they're confident enough to update the modding wiki. At least that's how it is from my point of view. If that's really the case, I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, as a software engineer, I get to appreciate these different methodologies, and I've been exposed to more of these recently thanks to Flight Simulator, like the working title team. They've been such an inspiring team to see how they code stuff and how they make things work, go across boundaries, go beyond limitations that have been put in by default by coding stuff in. I'm thinking maybe I can get into that a bit as well. I mean, I should be able to know it. The coding part, I think I can learn. Lots to catch up on, but interesting. Wow, we are speeding like crazy here. The jailbreak cannot even catch up. It's that steep. Merging problem. Sorry if that blew your ears, guys. Sorry, not sorry. Let me catch up with chat now. Sorry, my monologue tends to be a bit over the top today. Yeah, I think having side effects after the COVID shots is normal. Just nothing severe. Sore arm and it hurts when you move. Ah, yeah, that's normal with the vaccine. I have a colleague who had a shot, and I think it was their mother who got a shot, and their mom was like sleeping the entire day. That was the side effect. So just like feeling very tired, but after that they were good. Hey Pascal, thank you for the greeting. Regards to Thor as well. Hope he's enjoying the trucking. That would mean that it seems to do something at least. Oh yes. I sure hope so. I sure hope so. Side effects last less than a day from what you noticed. That's good. That's good. Did someone just sub? Ah, Swampy. Glad you made it, man. How are you? Have you been flying the A321 more? Love seeing the screenshots. Microsoft Flight Simulator and X-Plane combining together in that same channel. Flight Simulator enthusiasts unite. Mrs. Clumsy, we need that change of pace. for the sanity, for the mental health. And this is why these kinds of streams, this kind of entertainment, back during the peak of the lockdowns, and I think some countries still have it, one of the first things to go, one of the first things that got banned or that got restricted were the entertainment pieces. But that can be dangerous, because normally people would say entertainment is not critical. But one could argue entertainment could be critical, especially in a time like this, when you have to find a way, an outlet, find a way to ease out the stresses and tensions. And like these kinds of streams, hanging out, watching videos, watching streams, those all help in alleviating the pressure. I would say arguably entertainment is a critical service, especially during these times. More for the mental health than anything. But of course, that's a bit of a biased approach from my end. I think we're good. Have a good night, Raggy. Sorry for the delayed response. Thanks for all the subs and the cheers. My goodness. So much so that Twitch blocked you already. Keep your wallet safe. Stay safe, man. Happy weekend. Oh, he's doing real life trucking on his way to Oslo solo trip. Oh, we send my regards to him and stay safe, and we'll be waiting for some pictures. I bet that's an amazing sight to see. I'm imagining it, and I'm already imagining the beautiful sights. Norway is somewhere I'd love to drive in real life. Not in the hardcore stuff, but in just like the country roads or the highways even, with the beautiful landscape all around you. Does it? Makes me sound like I had beans for breakfast. Well, I had coffee beans. Does that count? I am having, actually. My coffee is still not finished. Yeah, so a while ago, I was supposed to join Jack's stream. I actually did for a few minutes. And I was about to join the chat, but yeah, after brewing my coffee, actually in the middle of it, I heard a loud bang. And I was looking, where the heck is that coming from? Where the heck did that come from? And apparently it came from our shoe rack, because our shoe rack is like this flimsy thing that we bought online. And through the years, because we have this robo vacuum cleaner, when we were still using it a lot, it would how these robo vacuum cleaners work, they kind of push against the walls, right, the edges. And so it would always push against the legs of the shoe rack. I think through the years that leg kind of gave out, and eventually it bit the dust. and so all our shoes, the entire shoe rack fell, and yeah, it was a disaster. But thankfully no one got hit, no one got hurt. So it's just very loud. And I managed to super glue the leg so and change the direction so that the pressure is leaning somewhere else. We'll see if that holds. So far it's holding, but if you hear a loud bang, then you probably know where it comes from. We'll see how that works. Yeah, but let's erase the stigma from today. Today was not a good start, but we can still change it. Let's not let the momentum keep on building. Yeah, when I booted up my PC today, things were looking weird. Even my graph for my monitoring of the system, it looked quite strange. Actually, I'm looking at it now, seeing if the numbers are okay. Please be okay. It's a bit hotter than usual. The fans are working harder. Although to be fair, it is pretty hot now again these days. It's always summer in Singapore, but now even more so. More humid at least it feels like as well. Yeah, so even my graph for the performance reset itself. Thankfully I kept a backup somewhere. So I copied that over a backup way back in November. So I restored that, and at least I didn't have to start from scratch. So it really highlights the importance of keeping a backup, which is something that I sometimes neglect to do because of laziness. But when you need it, you'd want it to be there. It will save a ton of time. So try doing that. That's a wake-up call, I guess. Yes, I had to hang up my shoes. That's I formulated a new excuse. Exactly. Roborock, yeah. We used to use it all the time, like every day when it was new, couple of months. But since the lockdown, since this entire pandemic started, we couldn't use it so much because we were a bit well, aside from it being noisy and it's slower, right? It's slower than when you do it yourself, than when you do the vacuum yourself, for sure, because it's automated. So there's a bit of delay there, and it kind of gets in the way, like it's getting under your feet and your chair, bumping you. So there's a bit of hassle in there. So it's noisier, longer, for a longer period of time, and you cannot move so much because it will get confused. So we ended up not using it as much, and that's why we ended up buying a Dyson eventually for my birthday, right? If you remember. So we can do the vacuuming manually when we, on our own time, make it as quick as possible, just spot cleaning. And we still use the robo vacuum, but only in the room where we aren't there, so it can take its time. So it's a bit of a mixed solution now, which is okay. So we can still use it, and we can lessen the amount of vacuuming we need to do manually. But for the stuff which is sensitive, like the shoe rack, we won't let the robo vacuum touch that anymore because it's too fragile. There we go. Are we in the middle of Sacramento? I think we are, because I think we are going across those mountainous routes. I'm noticing these flickering textures though, more and more. Not sure if that's something that Reforma has to update for 1.40, or if that's always been the case. Put a cat face on it. They always get under your feet. Oh, they love doing that, huh? Yeah, so true. Do you guys still have pets in your house? Post some pictures in the Discord if you do. I don't have one anymore. Not since I moved here. Have a good night, Clubs. Thank you for subbing. Appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed the stream. Catch you soon. Catch you in Discord. Reforma beta update either later tonight or tomorrow. Oh, cool. Looking forward to that. So let me know what the discussion was. What was the popcorn discussion about the combination of this map? Because I think I do understand where some of the people could be coming from. I do have my reservations about it as well. It does simplify a lot the load order, but it can have negative repercussions if you are not a huge fan of the other maps, because the more areas you have, I think they all kind of battle for job economy. So you would have jobs that go to places where you don't really want to go to, and they're eating away from the jobs that could have been going to the places you prefer. So in a way, I understand that decision or that argument from both sides. It is a lot simpler this way though, just one file. Could they do it separately, like just have one file and then they have add-on mods if you want to disable certain stuff? So instead of like adding mods to like having add-ons to add areas, you have add-ons to reduce the areas if you really don't like some of the stuff. I don't know if that's possible though, but it could be a thing. Oh, sorry. Have a good one, DJ. Thanks for subbing, man. Thanks again for the cool stuff you guys are doing. Talk to you in Discord. Your doggy. Nice. Please post some pictures in Discord when you can. Love seeing those pics of your pets. Oh, that's such a nice view. Very nice route here. That might be the more scenic route, but it's going to be worth it. Some just wanted to stick with American maps. I can understand that. If there's a way to separate the maps once they are merged. Map should have Pomizano's level of quality of FPS. That would be the ideal thing, yes. Although I don't think it's really realistic. One sec, guys. Someone's calling me. I hate these spam bots. Hello, this is from yada yada bank. You have not paid yada yada. Yeah, these kinds of spam calls are getting very notorious in SG. What's happening with my cabin here? Okay, there we go. Not shaking anymore. Some people didn't want the Mexico maps, they were claiming poor quality. Yeah, to be fair, some of the old Mexico areas are a bit more, yeah, they're a bit dated, less optimized and less beautiful than how this looks, for example. That's fair, I guess. Some said they just wouldn't use any Reforma maps again. Okay, might be a bit extreme, but okay, if that's their choice, then that's their choice. Yeah, personally, I would have, like, during the time when we still had different maps or mods for each map, I would keep Mexico Extremo and Chihuahua, but I would drop Viva Mexico and Meximap as well. To be honest, Meximap I haven't checked in a while. When I checked it before, it was still pretty new, so I'm not sure if it improved lots since then. But yeah, the quality was building up still. It was still in progress back then, but maybe now it's in a much better area. So maybe I should check that out again. But yeah, the Viva Mexico ones are pretty old school. Lots of frame drops and some pretty basic layouts. Would be interesting how they move forward with that. If they're planning to change that at all. Let's take a photo here, guys. If I can take a nice photo right here. The whole discussion got really childish and people were not acting professional. Yeah, that can get pretty tricky. Yes. A reasonable, supposedly reasonable argument could completely go down the drain with that kind of childish talk, unfortunately. Not childlike, but childish. Beautiful. Pretty ridiculous. Give me a sample. What kind of comments were there? Yeah, that's my general rule too. In general, that's my rule. If I don't know the number, I don't answer it. But today I'm actually waiting for a call because the Asus guys are going to pick up the monitors today. So I'm waiting for their call. They actually were planning to pick it up yesterday, but I think there was some miscommunication somewhere. They sent a guy, but the guy was only in a motorbike. So I pity him if he tried to carry those monitors on the back of his bike. I think he was told that the package was a small one. So he had to take a photo and then go back to his boss. Maybe request a bigger vehicle. Yeah, Bao. That's a very good point. I actually have a Q&A video coming out later, which is centered around that topic. Someone asked a very similar question along the same lines, and I didn't realize it before, but this 140 update, as great as it is, there were some realizations from my end. I'm sure some of you guys have been thinking that way back, but I'm a bit late to the party. You'll have to pardon me there. It does look great, but yeah, it does have its limits. Sometimes you think people complain more about the quality of free stuff than the free stuff. Wait, let me try and read that. Oh, there was a more about the quality of the free stuff than the paid stuff. Ah, yes. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's very interesting, isn't it? Now that you mention it, if I look at it, if I read through the comments, the people who pay for the stuff, they usually end up enjoying the things they paid for. And of course they would have their requests, but in general, they would be filled with praises with the things they bought. With free stuff, more often than not, it's for complaining. Interesting. I wonder why that is. Maybe those who pay want to convince themselves that they bought or they did the right thing and bought the right thing, so they convince themselves that it's a good purchase. I don't know, but oftentimes it is. I mean, well, depends, of course, on which payware you're talking about. But maybe that's a factor, as opposed to the free stuff where you don't have any stakes, so you can complain all you want. I don't know. It's a bit weird though. It's a good observation. How dare you give me something I don't approve of? Oh my goodness, yes, exactly. Pretty much all of ETS2. Discussion around the MP5 is... Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. Even I have my own complaints about the MP5 because they did use a very heavy FPS model, didn't they? So I would have preferred that they use a more optimized one. But then again, at the end of the day, it's free. I can drive it for free. And if I don't like it, then I don't use it. interesting. Some people are pretty privileged these days, and that is also apparent in the comments. Some of the comments I get, who are expecting everything to be handed over to them in a silver platter. Of course, it's not everyone. There are lots of very reasonable people as well. Lots of people who are, you can see the effort in them. But yeah, that's what I really like, you know, people who would try. And like, for example, people are looking for a mod. I like it very much when someone comments and says, oh, I tried to look for this mod in the mods list, but I couldn't find it. Can you help me out? That's someone I would love to help, because they made the effort. They looked through the video description. They found the mods list link in the video description. They tried on their own to do something, and when they couldn't find it, then they asked for help. But many people these days, they are very like, give me, and there's not even another, like, a single ounce of effort being put in, just putting out your hand and asking for the thing. And those types, I'm a bit more not as eager to help, let's say. It might be the age, might be the maturity, and that might be a thing, but I guess that can be one of my roles, to encourage the kind of behavior that allows them to think for themselves. Usually it's the same people complain. Oh, right turn on red, sorry. Forgot about that. I am pretty laggy though. The frame rate for me has not been the best. I can really feel the drops, especially when I'm moving my head like this. Not the best performance here, I think. Entitled. Hey Zoko. Yeah, exactly, that's the word. That's the word. Modders are providing mods as good as the game engine is. True. Modders have their limits. AV, how have you been? It's been a while. Have you been busy with these days? What are we hauling? That's a good question, eh, Zach? Thanks for joining. Used packaging, very generic cargo stuff. Going to LA and driving through the roads of Sierra Nevada with the Freightliner Classic XL. Very heavy combination for the FPS, but we'll make it work. Have you guys noticed any of the corner shops? I have to pay closer attention to those. That's one of the mods I just enabled now. There's a guy in the SES forums I was trying to help out, because he was... So if you guys remember that, and you guys probably do remember, but because I can't stop talking about it, that fix for the 140 that I did for RJL, for RJL's 4 series. So I made that fix, right? And it's public. People can... Maybe that's one of the corner shops. People can download it on their own. And someone had a request on how to... Like, they wanted they wanted the Hope Trucker logo in the RJL Scania. Not the 4 series one, the Scania R. The 5 or 6 series. So I had two choices there. I could either do it for them, or I could teach them. Like, you know that expression, if you give a man a fish, or if you teach a man how to fish, things like that. So I chose the teaching how to fish approach, which is a lot more effort, took a lot longer of my time. But I think ultimately it should be better in the long run. But yeah, it didn't end up that way. I don't know. And thankfully someone ended up doing the steps for them and gave them the file. But yeah, it's not always ending the same way. It's a bit yeah, I guess maybe some people aren't really. We all have different levels of technical savviness. Maybe my instructions were not that clear, or maybe he's not very familiar with computer stuff. That's understandable. But yeah, sometimes it doesn't pay off, because oftentimes I try not to spoon feed people anymore, because otherwise how would they learn? So oftentimes I try to lead them to the answer and they can discover it for themselves. Like going back to the effort, working for it. I'll happily guide, but I don't like to spoon feed. But yeah, in some cases it doesn't pay off. Let me Google that for you. Oh yes, that website is the ultimate exclamation point, in a way. If people ask legitimate questions, be willing to help them. People issue impatient commands. Yeah, exactly. When you're asking for help, when you're requesting for something, the tone is a huge factor. The tone and the approach is a very big thing. I think they fixed something here. One sec. Oh no. Oh, there we go. Was the echo ever gone in ATS? Because in ETS 2, like last time I played ETS 2 was yesterday, there was still no echo in the tunnels. But I think I saw something in the change log for today, for the beta, that seems to imply that that was fixed. It didn't explicitly say tunnels, but I think something about world sound fixes or something like that, which led me to assume that those are for the tunnels. If you guys have tested out ETS 2 140 beta recently, like in the past couple of hours since the latest update released, let me know if you have tunnel sounds now. Didn't know I would miss them that much, because with Zeemod sounds and then echoing more in the tunnels, triggering the Jake brake, the engine brake, and just roaring your engine inside the tunnels, it's very noisy, but can be quite fun. But yeah, right now I can't do that in ETS 2, or at least yesterday I couldn't do that until yesterday. Chains or snow tires required. One thing that keeps you grinding your gears. If you're in a platform, you don't know how Discord works. Yeah, true. I guess people have different ways of tackling problems. And this is actually this is a very famous interview question. I remember I was asked the same thing before, because I was applying for this job when I was a fresh graduate. And I had an interview, and I still remember that question, because the role involves a lot of investigative work, a lot of learning on your own, I guess, lots of exploration. So they were checking how I deal with these kinds of things, and this is the same thing that I would like to impart with other folks. Like, I remember them asking me, like, what if you encounter a problem and there is no like clear step for it yet? No one knows, or you don't know specifically how it works. What would you do? Because there are many different steps, like go to a more senior resource and ask them about it, or research on your own, and each person would have a different style, a different preference. But as an introvert, for sure, so as a full-blown introvert, my answer was something along the lines of look for it myself, try to look for the answer myself, whether it's in the documentation or Googling. I think back in the day, Googling was not so much, it was not yet as famous as now. Maybe Let Me Google That For You site was not yet existing back then. So it's less DIY. But yeah, so I answered more like searching for it on my own first to see, because I personally I get some satisfaction in that. If I manage to find the answer on my own, I get that feeling of, oh, I worked hard for this and I got it, you know, as opposed to asking people for the answer immediately, which might actually be more practical in some cases, I can imagine, right? Because instead of searching for something for hours on end, if you ask a senior resource, then you can maybe get the answer in like 5 minutes or not. So it depends. But yeah, they seem to like the answer I gave, probably because that would highlight that I wouldn't be bugging them. So maybe that's one of the reasons they hired me. Be cool. Calling tech support without even reading the manual. Many people don't like reading the manual, huh? These mountains look a bit weird. I think it's a draw distance problem. AJ, good morning. Back in the day. Oh, let's see. Back in the day. How many years have I been working now? My goodness, I feel old. Let me count that for you. I think I'm reaching 14 years. Not 40, okay? Some people might have that more, but not me yet. 4 years. So 14 years ago, that was almost. Goodness, more than a decade ago, huh? It used to be that I can fool myself that I was still a fresh graduate. Be one of the new guys. I don't think I can do that anymore, even if I tried very hard. 22. Sounds good. Of course not. Was that an old jab? No. Oh, I would never do such a thing. Hey Panda, how are you? How's it going? I'm doing the same combo you did. The ultimate FPS test. Freightliner Classic, Sierra Nevada areas. Full NPI settings. 8192 shadows. And yes, I am feeling the frame drops. You want to retire and fast, you need more free time to play Assetto. Sounds good. You've been working over 35 years. Everyone stop counting. Stop doing your maths. Be polite. Cool stuff, man. Stress testing, yeah. Not by choice, I really just wanted this combo. Don't know what else to say. I think you should be congratulated and be felt sorry for. Yeah, exactly. Just leveled up. Oh wow, your new bus has been picked up by TML for the bus. That's amazing, man. Congrats. And that's great to hear from TML. That they're actually looking for, they're getting the people who know their stuff and getting their work. Did you get your money from it already? Did you get paid already for it? So like you paid, they paid you for the model or the entire bus? Cool stuff, man. Because I heard they also hired EVR, I think. Maybe that's why he was so busy recently. He was working on something that actually pays. Where we honor veterans. Oh, that's a nice little sign there. Keep telling yourself that. They were wowed by the Pixie post in their Discord. That's great, man. Oi, where is the trucks area? This is the one, right? It says cars though. Trucks, buses only. Autos, pickup, RVs. So it's the same. Okay, I think it's the same lane. Alright. Congrats, V. Now I'm even more excited to play the bus because people I know have their stuff in there. That's cool. Which bus was it? I'll try to use that as my first one. The bus should be in early access. When is it that again? March? You guys remember the date? I would love to try that out. Oh, look at that sky. Okay, it's almost time to sleep. Why is there a checkpoint here, by the way? Are we entering a national park or something? Is that a missing texture or is that really a red sky? It is a missing texture. Huh. I don't have any graphics mods. I think. 25th, cool. Ah, I see V. No worries. I'll be sure to check it out once it's released. Let us know when you can. When you have info. It's not a bug, it's a feature. Cyberpunk mod activated. Oh my goodness. Many people have been getting that, okay. They probably are adding skyboxes in this latest build, but somehow the references have been off. TML forum and see the post under the bus section. Cool, man. Can you, if you have time to drop by Discord, can you post the link there in the bus channel? I'd love to check it out after. The bus hype. It's actually great. I am getting even more respect from TML now, for TML now. Because I always liked them as a developer. Their games have been evolving throughout these years. They started off with some very rough games and they've been continuing to improve. They're still a bit rough on the edges in some of the aspects, right? But they've been learning and they've been really increasing that knowledge bit by bit. And now that I see that they are actually not against getting like community stuff and paying for them and getting them into the game itself, the sim, that says a lot about them, that they can acknowledge that. You had it as well. Thank you for confirming, Alex. Thanks, V. Okay, skybox is working now again. We have stars. Confirmed. Now we need a rest area. I do love the way those dials look though. Very nice. Would you call this a steam gauge, Alex? A fake steam gauge? Have to be a member for 10 minutes. Weren't you a member before? Oh, did you have to leave? Okay. Should be posted soon, hopefully. You were, but weren't. Goodness, have a good night, Babaw. Yeah, pretty late there. Thanks for hanging out with us. Looking forward to more pics of your racing stuff. I'll be with you in spirit. I'm cheering for you guys. There is something wrong with the lighting. You guys see? When you are shining on those yellow signs, you can't actually see the numbers. They're like getting washed out. And when you get closer, then they come out. I'm not sure if that's a problem on reflections or bloom or a draw distance kind of thing, but it does look a bit weird because some of these signs are good. These signs are okay, but that specific one, that had a problem, interestingly enough. Can we sleep here? There we go. And then in the morning, we can go and check out the viewpoint. Win-win. Very nice. There we go. Love that ticking sound. Actually got goosebumps there. ASMR. Ticking. Phone has some brighter colors, yeah. Unfortunately, I don't think you can. Not sure if I changed that already. Oh, I think it's working, is it? No, it's not. Yeah, it's not adjustable if you adjust the dashboard backlight because it's technically not part of the dashboard. So it has a fixed brightness. Mono Lake Vista. What did you miss? You missed a catastrophe in the beginning. My config file got corrupted. Oh, that's a nice site. Love the reflections below. Yeah, that phone GPS is really one of my favorite accessories. Very realistic looking. Yeah, the D60 for sure. I hope they fix it. Oh, no more coffee. Okay, time for tequila. No, water. Auto brightness. Oh yeah, that's true. Makes sense. Yeah, my spare config file is not actually a spare config file. It was my config file for my triple monitor screen. So what I do actually, for those who have this kind of setup, what I do is I have two pairs of config files, one for the single monitor and one for the triple monitor, because those have like different resolutions and like some of the settings are different to work with performance limitations and stuff like that. So whenever I switch to triple monitors, I don't have to change all the values. I just have like a batch file. I double click on the batch file and it renames the config file from the single to the triple monitor version. So I can double click and then I'm all set for triple monitor goodness. So that triple monitor config is what I used as a backup. And I just changed some of the values back for the single monitor stuff. It works in the end. It kind of works like a pseudo backup file, I guess. Better than nothing for sure. But yeah, I think I should really back up the files themselves. So I can literally just copy and paste them if things happen like that again. Very nice. Mexican water. Sounds good. When you can, you report the black background issue. Also, even the forums will be down. Goodness. They'll be down for like 2 days, right? The entire weekend. I think that's the biggest downtime we've gotten. I wonder if they're changing the back end significantly. Maybe they'll be updating to Zendesk, or I don't know, probably not. Might be too big a change. Have you guys been in the Zendesk kind of forums? They're nice. Like the forums in Flight Simulator. It's very nice. Like you can reply to different posts, the linking, the features that it has. Very nice. Very state-of-the-art, I would say. Lots of very handy features that are not available in the default, in the old Sky. What do you call those kinds of forums? The ones in the SCS, the ROX, the Pro Mods forums, I think are based on the same forum style. BB something, I forget. But yeah, the Zendesk one, and I'm not sure if it's really called Zendesk, but it's quite nice. I like it. 55. I'm actually just coasting here. And I'm not losing speed. This is cool. What config file problem? It basically went black screen. Sometimes when I load the game, it just hangs in the black screen. So I have to end task. But if I end task, the config file gets corrupted. So it basically creates a default version of the config file. So all my settings reset. And that's why the backup I had came in handy. Okay, start pushing it. You fix your track IR problem, nice. Just deleted the config file and everything works now. Which config file did you delete? The one in TruckSim or the one in track IR? I remember I was tweaking some things in the controls SII file in my profile in ATS and ATS2 because I was watching the SCS video before where they featured Iberia and they have track IR. I noticed that in their track IR, their head tracking settings, they actually have roll included. Like you can rotate your head and the camera will rotate as well. So that kind of rotation is not enabled for me. Like even if I move my head like this, it won't rotate. I managed to make it work. You had to modify something in your controls SII file. There's like a parameter there that's 0 by default, but you can set it to 1 so that it activates. But at the end of the day, I disabled it because it proved it was dizzying. Like it was, I guess, more natural, but no, it was more real with what my head movements were. But it wasn't very good to look at, from my opinion. It was dizzying. You know how it is when they can, when you see those VR videos, the VR footages where the camera is very shaky. It's not that shaky, but it is a bit more finicky with that roll feature. So I'm not sure if it helps. You can try it out if you guys are interested, but based on the initial checks I've done, didn't seem like a huge benefit. But yeah, yours, Jay, might have been on the same legs. Some parameters might have gotten deactivated by some weird SCS logic stuff. Yeah, so there are multiple layers. The roll in the track IR profile itself, you have to enable. That's the one the Squirrel has disabled by default. But in addition, in the controls SII file in your profile in ATS ETS, there is a parameter you also have to set to 1. So those two things you have to do, and then you can roll the camera. Both Toby and track IR conflicting. Yeah, that might be it. Because I was looking at the controls SII file, it's a bit, the coding in there is a bit messed up. I think it was being patched on through the updates. Oh, we need this to work. Okay, let's add this variable. Oh, but we also need this kind of thing to work now. Like I can imagine when they implemented track IR, they only had a few variables. But with Toby coming into the game, they also had to make that work using the same file. So they added more variables and more checks. And if those checks somehow conflict with each other, then that can be a problem. Yeah, I can imagine how that could have turned out. I saw many flags in there that weren't there before when I last checked the profiles, the controls SII file. Didn't know tilt worked. Yeah, we can try it. Let's try it now. Okay, let's do this. I'll turn on the music. I don't think I even have to no, I have to restart the game though. Yeah, let's stop here and restart the game. And you let me know if you like it, okay? Maybe I can share with you my screen as well. Let's see how this works, okay? Can see it. I hope it doesn't wreck anything though. Okay, so let's share that screen. So this is track IR. So the track IR profile I'm using is roughly based from Squirrel's track IR profile, and then I made my tweaks for it. And then it's also in the mods list if you guys want to download it for yourselves. But the thing you have to enable is this one. So you see the roll. So here you can see how the movements are getting translated for my head. But you see, if I do my roll, nothing happens. The only thing I need to do is tick this roll checkbox. And now if I roll my head, now it rolls, right? It moves with me. As opposed to with that unticked, nothing happens when I roll my head. You can also change the roll sensitivities using this one. So that might also need to be tweaked, but more or less it works. Yeah. So that's one step. That's one of the things. The other thing is you have to go into the profile. Let me see if I can go there. I think I can. Okay. So here, if you go to your profile, that latest one, if you sort this by date modified descending, the latest modified one is the profile you last used. So when you exit, it auto-saves, it updates this folder. So this is the one we used. That is also translating to the Clumsy Geek name in the profile, converted it to some ID. And then here you see the controls.sii file. Open that with Notepad or Notepad++. And I think it's like, let's look for it. So if we look for roll, I think that's the one actually. CTHT roll. Yeah, if you trace this parameter, so you set this from 0 to 1, and then you save the file. So you have to do this per profile, okay? If you look for the CTHT roll, let's go into some coding here, some basic coding. So you see here, mix head tracking roll will be the combination of the if track IR is on. So there's a variable to set if track IR is on, and it checks if this parameter is on and the roll is on. So many things, but basically if one of these are 0, then it becomes 0, something like that. So it's a bit of a, like, all of them have to be successful. All of them have to be enabled. So I can imagine in Jay's case, one of these variables got entangled, and then that disabled track IR altogether. So here the roll, set that to 1 basically. Save, close, and that should already introduce the roll in the game. So we can load it up and see how that looks. Let me disable that though, that might be doubling. Does that still work? Okay, I think that does. Good. Alright. Good. Hey Chi, how are you? Thanks for joining, man. How are things? Yeah, I also removed it myself, but we'll try it out today just for science so the people can see and decide for themselves if they like it. How have you been, man? Long time. Recovering from a minor heart procedure. You had a stent fitted in one of your heart arteries. Ah, I see. Well, let's keep it chill. We'll try to do our best to help ease the situation. Good. There you go. That's the one. Won't move side to side. Yes, one of the parameters probably. So the track IR itself was still on, but one of those flags, because each of the axes have their own flags, that's probably the one that got messed up for you. So yes, deleting the controls file makes sense because it resets everything. So let's see how that works in a real drive. Hey Dwarfy, how are you? You're still enjoying Zeemod sounds? I'm still using Zeemod sounds here, but different sounds this time. Going back for American trucking. That's great to hear, G. Yes, lurk away, man. I'll do my best to help with the chilling out and the recovery. Appreciate you chatting with us as well. Glad to have you back. Speedy recovery, man. I guess it's not that obvious, huh? The roll is not really, I mean, when you turn your head, you don't really like do like that, right? Like when you look right, looking at the side mirror, it's not really that. So unless I exaggerate it, it won't be that obvious. But there will be like very subtle moves, like that one maybe. Maybe it will be organic. Yeah, let's see. Let's try not to force it, you know, just see how my natural head movements will translate and see if you like it. Driving too much. I can imagine, man. I can imagine. Same here. It's so hard to switch trucks because of that. ASMR goodness all over. Face while tilting your head. That's where a face cam would work pretty well. Or not. Not in my case, I think. Lit it. Coastline. Sounds good. Good there. I think he improved the textures on some of the mountains, especially the ones a while ago. This one's as well. Yeah, looks like there have been constant improvements in the Reforma maps. That exit that you are passing is a secret road. Oh, which one? Sorry. This one? On the right? Oh, that one. Oh, where does it go? One sec. Where did it lead? This one? Doesn't seem to go anywhere unless it's not on the map, huh? Sneaky, I am very bad at finding these secret roads. I'm too much by the book. If it's not on the map, I probably won't see it. It's not on the map. Ah, I see. Where does it lead to? That's what makes it secret. Makes sense, makes sense. Keep it 55. Looks good. Neverland, hopefully not. Yeah, I'm seeing more of the fidgety textures recently. I'm not sure if that has anything to do with the update or I'm just looking at them more now. Something like that. Takes you to Manila. Oh, sounds good. Come on, 55. A shortcut. But yeah, it's nice to be trucking again. Get some downtime. Things have been pretty hectic recently at work. We are all getting burned out with the critical incidents and stuff like that. It's fun in a way, busy but fun. But yeah, the pressure is building up as well, so not as fun as it would be. That being said, I was pretty happy the other day though. I was working on something, there was a critical incident. What the heck is that car up to? Yeah, you see here, my head is tilting. Not sure if that helps with the picture though. Let me know if you like that better, with the occasional tilt. I find it a bit disorienting sometimes. I was pretty happy with the work I did the other day. There was this incident where one of the programs in the system, so we have these like what we call batch jobs. Every night these jobs run. These programs run in the background to calculate all the heavy stuff. They calculate all the stuff for like hundreds of thousands of codes of products for the customer. They plan out the supply chain and stuff like that. And this particular program, one of the programs, started long running. So from a normal runtime of like, I don't know how long it was running before, a couple of minutes maybe, it started growing and growing to the point that it was running for 17,000 seconds. 17,000 seconds is what, 4 hours? Something like that. So it was eating up let's say the batch jobs should be finished in, let's say, 6 hours, for example. It was eating 4 hours just for that step. So the rest of the steps didn't have any time left for themselves. So it was getting really urgent. And so they asked us to step in and help out. And I looked at the code, and my goodness, the code was intense. It was one of the... How do I explain this? So from a developer's point of view, if you've coded before, each developer has their own style, right? And you would kind of get that style, how they place comments, how they create variables, how they structure things. This particular code I'm reading, oh my goodness, it was intense. It was I'm not sure if it would make sense. It was a loop within a loop within a loop within a loop. So it's like multiple layers, and that increases the complexity in the runtime. It was very unoptimized. So lots of improvement areas, definitely. So I worked on it the entire day. It was urgent, so I was happy to work on it. And at the end of the day, I was pretty happy with myself because from 17,000 seconds, when I finally tested it out, it worked. The results were the same, everything was good. And the runtime at the end of the day, from 17,000 seconds, it went down to like 170 seconds. It's like, that might be a tad better. If you look at it, how many percentage is that? I shaved off a factor of 1,000. The runtime, something like that, I think. So I was pretty happy that when you code something like that, after the end of the day, you feel like a rock star. Like, oh, I can do this. I'm good. And then again, the next day starts, and you start all over again. You work on something else completely different. But yeah, we take the small wins when we can. Hey Zilis, thanks for joining, man. How are you? Yeah, exactly. I think that AI didn't want critical incidents being discussed here in the stream. Roll feature works best with racing games. Yeah, might be. The head roll confused the AI. I think so. I think they themselves got dizzy. You're creating a batch job right now. Oh, you are? Nice. Too many things to deal with, I can imagine. Yeah, TMP is a bit of a big unknown factor. Sometimes you'll get experience, sometimes you'll get a great experience, but sometimes it'll be a bit too much of a curveball. Hey boys, era. Nothing much, man, just chilling. Enjoying the downtime before I have to work again. This is the main reason I started the YouTube channel. I needed an outlet. So I noticed that I was getting stressed at work, and with no outlet, I realized before that if I didn't get to play, that there's something like building up inside of me that just keeps me feeling more and more down, you know? Like the more I worked, as the days go by, that feeling just intensified, and at some point I feel very bad already. And so I started playing, and then I started thinking, how can I play and still be productive at the same time? maybe I can start a YouTube channel. And that's where it all started, and it snowballed from there. But yeah, this is my outlet, and yeah, this like fills up my sanity meter. Keeps me sane. Lots of if-else conditional loops. Yes, exactly. And also with the systems we were working with, like the kinds of internal tables that we were working with are very important as well. Like standard, sorted, hash tables and all that stuff. So all performance heavy improvements were much needed. Thank you, but yes, it felt great until the next day when I had to continue my work elsewhere again. Short-lived success, but still a success nonetheless. I'll take it. If I didn't have to work, I would truck and fly all day. Yeah, that's true. Although in a way it's good. The balance is also nice. Too much of anything can be dangerous, right? So I guess in a way, this kind of benefits me. Working a little, then playing a little, gets me on that like equilibrium in a way. Not sure how it works for you guys, but yeah, if I didn't have to work, it might be great, but it might also be different. 7-Eleven, I think that's one of the corner shops that is modified by the mod that we're using. A flying truck. Oh, with me driving, it's always a flying truck. Welcome back, Scotsman. Where have you been? You all have an idea where, but do tell. Oh, we haven't come across any level crossings yet, huh? If we do, remind me, guys, to stop, because I want to test out Zeemod sounds, train and crossing sounds. So how does it feel so far, guys? Do you notice any difference with the rolling feature in the head tracking? Do you like it? Is it the same? Or is it a lot more disorienting? Wanna buy Disney Plus? Oh my goodness. I think Jack is sleeping already. Rolling feature is kind of greasy. Does feel strange, huh? Like where's your hammer? Oh, there's Jack. I don't like it, as Jack would say. But in your case, it's the real thing, I would imagine. Yeah, let's disable that. And the quick way to do that is just, so we don't have to exit the game at all, is I can just disable that roll feature in track IR. So even though the profile itself can still roll, the track IR software doesn't get it in, so yeah, it wouldn't anymore. It's good. Let me know if you want to switch it back again. Ooh, what is this? Little bites. Cookies? Yum. Got me hungry. What are we looking for? Which one? Oh, we were checking out the head tilting feature a while ago. If we liked how it looked better. That looks like not. Exactly, right, Art? I also want to test it out. Keep your eyes peeled, guys. You've made your complete ATS to an ATS Sims voice activated. Wow! How does it work? Is it with the voice attack? Like start engine, something like that? And then voice attack would press a key for you, something like this? I think it's also heavily used in Elite. and used as also to help with the immersion and the assistance. So you don't need to press as many buttons. Where's rain when you want it? I might have had something to do with that. I think the rain has been almost zeroed out in this profile because of issues with NL before. It didn't have control on the rain probability. No, we do have rain in there. I think that's just enough. Yeah, I won't increase it more than that. Little muffins, yum. Do you guys still have those popcorn shops there? Well, do we still have open stores there? Back in the day when malls were open, you could go to stores and malls whenever you wanted. Remember those days, guys? You guys have those popcorn shops? I think it might actually have come from the US. I wouldn't be surprised. We had popcorn franchise here. What's the name? Garrett's? I think it was. Yeah, you could smell the popcorn from a mile away. Like when you get on the floor where the Garrett's is. Garrett's is almost there. It's so sweet though. My goodness, it's overpowering. I like more the cookie shops. The ones which sold what do you call it? Soft batch cookies. Oh, those were smelling so good. I'm just imagining it and I'm salivating already. What are shops? Things on the other side of your mask. Yeah, exactly. Back in the day. Although yeah, to be fair, I'm really thankful here in SG we can actually go out normally now. Well, normally I guess is pushing it. We still have masks. We still have social distancing. We still have all these tracing apps where you scan QR codes to log in whenever you're entering a shop. But all the shops are open, all the malls are open, and we can get a little bit back of normalcy at least. So we've been going out of the house more often than before at least. We're not completely locked inside anymore. Although the gyms are still pretty constrained, understandably. How are things there, guys, in your area? Has vaccination started? Over here, I think at least for our group, the group which basically sits at home the whole day, we're probably last on the list. The backliners. Is that a thing? I think that might be. The frontliners definitely should and are getting it first. Not us, the backliners, were at the end of the queue. Yeah, GSAT weather won, but then you guys will call me a cheater, right? Won't fall into that trap. What are those Swedish person? Do they not wear masks until now? I remember they were going for herd immunity, but I'm not sure if they're still with that kind of plan. Team Reforma, are we back in SCS default roads now? Maybe? You have a Belgian white chocolate toffee and pecan cookie. Oh my goodness, don't do this. Hey Mike, doing good man, how have you been? Honestly cannot wait for the weekend. As I have been telling, it has been a busy week. It's taking a toll on everyone and we all need our break. Oh, I like the performance here. The textures not so much, but the performance, it definitely has gotten smoother. At least it feels a lot smoother. Let's see. Yeah, look at that. Almost 120. can get a feel of it, the smoothness. When it changes, when it goes above 60, there's that like magic switch, like the smoothness is there. So yeah, we're probably back in SCS roads. Very optimized SCS roads. Not as much happening, but very optimally done. Yes, this is 140 beta. Yeah, I think there's a lot of optimization opportunities in Sierra Nevada. Unfortunately, those are not the optimizations I can get into. That's a bit beyond my pay grade. So I trust the Team Reforma guys to take care of it, Eblem in particular. Yeah, but honestly though, it is so inspiring to see these modders really going or making leaps and bounds of progress in terms of what they can offer thanks to their mods, not only in truck sim but in flight sim as well. It's been so inspiring to see, and I'm thinking if I can do all that, like let's say hardcore stuff in my work in an enterprise kind of background, why not also do that in the real world, basically in the modding world? So there is definitely a learning curve there, but I think I will be able to manage, although the time I guess would be the major impediment there, if ever. But yeah, if I can code something at work, I might be able to code something for modding. And it's only now that I'm getting exposed to things like GitHub, the open source nature of it, because in my work it's not really open source, it's very private, very enclosed. So I've not been exposed to such kinds of environments, but it's very freeing, you know. If you guys have been exposed to GitHub before, the concept it has is very, it's as open as it can be. Like even OBS Studio, it's open source, everything is on GitHub. So I can actually create my own OBS version. I can modify whatever I want with it. If I want a feature that has not been implemented for the longest time, I can implement it myself, I can compile it, and I can use that version. As soon as I learn the programming language, that is. But yeah, the thing I've learned is that these programming languages, it's a matter of, yes, there is a learning curve for sure, but once you know how to program in general, the same concepts apply. Of course, there are different technical stuff, but I guess this is why a lot of people recommend people to learn how to code, because once you know how to code in any programming language, it's just a matter of adopting those same concepts to a different kind of syntax and stuff. So it's not from scratch, at least. And it's very encouraging to see. Canada by Pro mods used to be a problem for you. Might be. Although from what I've seen, Canada was pretty optimized. The Pro mods guys know their stuff when it comes to optimization. They've learned a lot from SCS and some of their members in their time in SCS. So they've learned the best practices from there. Big Assetto race on Saturday? Oh my goodness. How about big snow runner session? Count me out. Except when it's ready to rake in the XP. You won't be going in Reforma maps in your Classic XL. Yeah, even I can feel the frame loss. So yes. I remember before in my older setup, if ever I would go to Mexico Extremo, I would switch trucks. I would go back to a default SES truck because we'll need all the frames we can get. Did I miss someone? 1 second. Where was it? Have a good night, NL. Are you leaving? Sorry I missed the message. I'm trying to look for it but I can't see it anywhere. Have a good one, man. Have a great weekend. Catch you on Discord. GitHub is a fantastic source. Yeah, Can't believe I'm only learning about it now. I'm only getting exposed to it now because of Flight Simulator mainly. Most of the mods are on GitHub. And as a software engineer for almost 14 years, not being exposed to GitHub sounds like a mortal sin. But yeah, I guess it's all up to which environment you're exposed in. My goodness, are these really like bumpy roads like these in the US? Why? It looks like a joke. Like a prank. Hey vendor. Yeah, same for me. Welcome to the stream. Bye. Yeah, might be the GPU mic. Might need to tone down some settings to cope up with it. Skip Alberta. Are you not a fan? I wouldn't know anything about that. But yes, I'm also looking forward to them expanding Canada. Exactly, yeah, logical set of thinking. I used to think that programming, so like logical thinking and mathematics go hand in hand. Like if you're good at math, it would translate that you're good at coding and vice versa. But apparently it's a separate skill set. Because I have a friend who is very bad at math, or at least I think he's bad at math. Maybe he's just lazy in studying. But if he tried, he would be good. But he was bad at math. At least his grades were very bad in our math subjects. But when it comes to coding, my goodness, his brain is at a totally different level. His logic is totally like, I cannot reach that level. The way he can imagine things, I would have to put them on paper first. Here we are. These nice bridges on top of interstates. It's terrible. Oh, you live in Alberta. Your partner's a really good developer. Helped you develop the algorithm for your master's thesis. Wow. He is co-author of your papers. Nice. That's great teamwork. How was the experience working with your partner? I have many stories about that. There was a time, because me and Mrs. Clumsy, we met at work. So we worked in the same company. That's where we met. And so it was technically, it's office romance. So we had the chance to work together a couple of times. And from our experience, I think we are the best when we don't work directly with each other. Because our profiles don't exactly match when it comes to work. When it comes to life in general and discussing things, it's good. But when it comes to work, I don't know. There's a bit of it's going to be conflict filled. Maybe our profiles are too much the same and not so much complementary. True test of your relationship. You made it. He had a lot of patience. I can imagine it. Yeah, I'm sure your relationship grew so much more though, didn't it? Yes. It would be different if you were in the same profession but you aren't. Yes, so you're a team but you're in different fields. Yeah, makes sense. No. That's why I've been very careful with the comments, Should be nothing incriminating. That can be used as evidence later on. Where the heck are we going? Here on the right, I think. Yes. The reverb is back. Yes, it's a bit. It seems a bit delayed though. Like it only comes out the last minute when you're about to leave the bridge. I'm not sure if that's that way before. Maybe I just drive so fast. Probably not. Good edit. Oi! How much XP do you guys want? I can give some XP in SnowRunner. Let's make a deal. I like that reddish sunset-y haze. What time is it anyway? 8 PM. Oh my goodness. Wonder. Testify for her. XP guys. I can give all the XP you want. Not that it would help you. These are all maxed out already, right? Dang it. Oh, 30. Stop speeding. Are we finally in LA now? I think we are. Cashworks. More modded bug trucks. Bug modded trucks. No, but yeah, the modded trucks that you guys are finding are great. In SnowRunner, the what was that you were trying? The Western Star. Oh, speaking of stuff happening, have you guys checked out the 140 beta discussion thread in the SCS forums? It looks like there is something coming out soon, because in the last changelog they kind of forgot to remove an item, or maybe they purposely put it in as a teaser, but there was a bug fix related to one upcoming DLC. And if you read through the comments in the 140 beta thread, it's super obvious which DLC that is. And it's for ATS. So I'm not sure if I should say it, but there seems to be like an unwritten rule that no one explicitly says what it is. But yeah, looks good. Who are you? Say it! I think it's a rubber company. Something like that is what I got. Maybe I can say what the people in the forums have been saying. Have you seen it, Alex? There was a photo of a person there. I'm not sure if they're pertaining to the same DLC. Maybe not. But there is a person there who I feel like I should know, but I don't. And I think that's a hint on what the DLC is, or what the new stuff coming is. You know what it is. You've seen the thread? Yeah. Yes. Some of the posts are... yeah, they're dead on giveaways. Near the end, people can hardly contain themselves anymore. You don't get on the 140 beta forum topic very often. Why not? You don't like the positive comments that are littering that thread? Oh yeah, same here, Mike. Same here. Because when that comes out, and if we have our way, like if that official multiplayer means that we can have our own server, my goodness, I will rent a server, we'll have our own server, we'll have our own mods in there, and that's where I'll be driving every time. And like I will make it as a patron, as a sub benefit, that you guys can also join there and we can all truck together. This is like the farming sim multiplayer server that we have. Instead, it will be like a truck sim multiplayer server. My goodness, that will be great. Trucking together like that. 42.48. Not too shabby, I'll take it. Thank you. LA. So I do want to drive through Pasmod. I believe that's near this area, right? This looks to be remade. I-8 going to El Centro from San Diego. This one looks new as well. 86. California State route from San Diego East. Thank you. Let's try it there. Yeah, trucking together, that would be great. So you're in LA. Yeah, close enough, huh? Close enough. Due east from LA, Route 10. Thank you, Alex. Let me look for that. Route 10, this one. Due east. This one? To Blythe? Yeah, I guess that works. I think I'm more interested in this one though. This looks more comprehensive. Then we can get to El Centro. This one looks all customized, this area filled with gas stations and rest areas. Cool. Okay, let's see. Don't expect so much though, because knowing me, and how I am lucky with the jobs, probably won't be getting a jackpot here. So San Diego is right here. Okay, we can take that one actually. That might not be too bad. Mexicali, Calexico, or Yuma even. Simple as that. How much time do we have? Oh, we don't have much time. Yeah, we can take a short trip. I think the best we can get is that one to Yuma. Or Calexico looks interesting, although the load is not the most interesting. But we can make it work, I think. Let me see. Calexico is that one. So it is just a little after El Centro. And yeah, it looks pretty cool. Yeah, let's take that. Why not? Okay. For a change, we got something we liked. It's urgent though, so we might not have as much time. Where the heck is that? Yeah, let's teleport there. Save up on time. I was hoping we could get it then sleep. Otherwise, it wouldn't be such a sightseeing thing. Let's see. We can change it. Oh, okay. The blue one looks good. Low boy or low boy? What's the difference? Number of axles, I think. When was the last time I took a tanker? Yeah, that's true. The look on the tankers are very nice. And they're not hard to maneuver either. So I would love to drive them more. Stick this 2-axle one so it's easier to reverse. Yeah, I don't purposely avoid them. They're just not very common. I don't know why. Maybe the industries that are here are more of the normal distribution centers, warehouses, and less of those oil and gas kind of establishments. You heard axles. Yes, you did. Wait. Just pushed myself away. One sec. Wow, it's a bit far away from my estimate. Let's try that again. Let's see if that works better. Oh, no. I can try it. There you go. Just don't hit anything. Too late. Got stuck somewhere. Oh, we can do this. Yes. That can work. There we go. Just need to push it in a bit. Yeah, not too bad. We can take that. Let's see, ETA. We have 24 hours. Oh yeah, we can sleep, no problem. Nice. Oh, but we have to reroute though. We have to reroute. Because that takes us... No, actually we don't. Yeah, that takes us exactly where we want to go. Awesome. And we can stop by a fuel stop somewhere. Probably there in our home base would be nice. So that it would be cheaper. Yeah, reversing the wrong way. Weird. Hey Necrobags, thank you, appreciate it. Thanks for joining the stream and thanks for the kind words. Great to hear that we are achieving exactly what we're hoping for. Is that really Hollywood that says there? Ah, I must have a mod that changes that, huh? Cool. That's nice. One of the real company mods I have, I can imagine. It's flickering a bit from the distance, but it works. I never liked the spot for a pickup. Yeah, it's always so skimpy. Definitely agree. Why is this open? Close that thing. I wonder if other things in LA have been changed as well. Well, we'll see. $69 million do we have? Oh yeah, you're right. Every penny counts. Oh, there we are. The reverb. Wrong gear. There we go. It's very nice. Why is everyone gone though? Oh, there we are. I still don't get the traffic in this game. Sometimes they're just everywhere and then suddenly there's no one. To the point that I am actually doubting if I accidentally set traffic off. Yeah, so good. So good, Art. I would happily pay for this. If this was a pay mod, I would have bought it. Thankfully it's free, so everyone can access it as well. Oh, have you guys seen the teaser from EVR? Looks like he's back. Maybe he's done working on the bus. That's great. I think he's releasing an MP3 sound soon. Based on that preview, it sounded super crisp. Very EVR-esque. Now I just need a nice MP3 model. If you guys know of any high quality models, let me know. Does Dotec have one? I kind of... Oh crap, did I climb the curb there? Okay, I have to adjust the steering on this low boy. It's a bit stubborn. If I remember correctly, Dotec is a very fond guy of the actresses, the old ones especially. Has he reached the MP3 truck already? Because the interior of that truck really leaves a lot to be desired, the default one. Very realistic, there is no traffic in LA. You can afford a side panel. No. Dang it. Not if it doesn't work in SnowRunner. Oh, you know what? I found a secret. I found a secret in SnowRunner. How to drive better. Use a controller. That last session we had, I was using a controller. Sneaky, aren't I? Because I was too lazy to set up my wheel. It's like, oh, I want to join, but I'm too lazy. I just use the controller. And when I tried it, my goodness, that game was really built for a controller. It was super intuitive. Everything just worked. I wish they could apply the same love for steering wheels, but I guess it makes sense that they prioritize console owners and controller owners. And steering wheels are just we are just a minority, unfortunately. Oh crap! This guy doesn't want to turn. Whew, almost didn't make it. Controller is cheating. Tell Vlad that. Cheating, OMG, no. Manage the garage. Now we want to sleep. But yeah, the controls really are made for a controller. It's painfully obvious when you try it out, and it hurts because if they could do that same smoothness from a steering wheel, you know, even the small things like the mouse disappearing when you're moving it, or the buttons working without having to remap them, you know, the small things like that, they really help. And with the controller, everything works. Manage the garage. Now I want to sleep. A while ago it appeared, didn't it? One sec guys, let's reverse again. It was here. Maybe I have to detach the trailer. Not really. Do I have to go around to sleep? That sucks a bit. Okay, let's try to go out and in again. See if this will trigger. That might be. Oh, how was that garage that you were checking out, Alex? The one from, what's his name? Dark Modding? Seemed very promising in Denver. Creating like a full-blown base of operations in Denver. He wasn't hanging clothes, he was plugging his controller. Oh, it's so easy with the controller though. It's very smooth. I hate it. A truck yard mod. Oh, that sound with the reverb. Ooh, just got goosebumps there. So ASMR-ish feels. Although this one might be a challenge. Can we make it out without hitting anything? Just don't hit that. Take it slow. There you go. Okay. I bet you guys were betting I will hit something, huh? I was. Okay. Let's get our cheap fuel from here. I wish you could do it like a more proper, like, business type of thing here. Like if you wanted fuel from this one, you would have to haul fuel from a distributor, deliver it to your base, so you would have some fuel in there. I bet that would be great from like a multiplayer kind of scenario. Like imagine how it is in FS19, for example. When you needed something, you get it from the shop and take it to your base, right? If we could do the same here, take diesel from one of the oil refineries and then deliver it to your base so that your drivers can have something to refuel with, that give it really a sense of purpose, not only for earning money, but as acting as like logistics for your own company. And you're delivering for your own company. That is awesome, actually. Having the infrastructure there. If they could add that kind of element into the multiplayer, that would be great. Although I imagine it's one step further. Because I imagine if they are going to implement multiplayer, they start with the basics. The same gameplay elements, but supporting multiplayer. Then maybe later on they can add something more. Am I doing this right? I hope so. Yeah. I think 5 pounds you're going to hit something. Yeah, I think that was a fair bet. The odds were definitely against me that time. Alright, yes. Oh, the unupdated one? When was it last updated? I think I downloaded the initial 140 version. I had to remove it because of that cabin shake issue that I was telling you guys about. It was a bit hard on the ears when you're driving through like dirt roads and hearing those cabin shaking sounds getting cut off repeatedly. It's a bit painful to the ears. And it would trigger randomly as well, not only on dirt roads. When you made a sharp bend, when you turned too fast on a sharper bend, you would hear that cabin shaking sound. And normally this is where my favorite sound like this was from EVR. I still remember when I first heard it. You guys still remember that? The water jug? The shaking water jug sound from EVR? That was the best one for me. Instead of the actual cabin shaking sound, you hear a water jug shaking, getting jostled around. That was so immersive. That was a very nice touch. I wish we could add like a sound like that. Oh, maybe I could mod something. Clumsy modding. Clumsy mods. Put in our own spin on things. You need a nice name though for the water sounds. Water jug sounds. All I would have to do is point a mic at the tequila bottle and shake it. And that will be our sounds. SCS are adding environment sounds with Iberia. Will they add it to other map DLCs or also? Yeah, that's a good question. I would think it's Iberia specific, but who knows? Maybe it can also get applied for others. Sea level sounds. Oh yeah, the water jug. Feb 7. Ah yes, I think that's the version I had. That's the version with the issue, I think. At least for me, it might be my settings actually. It might be my physics settings, because have you guys heard that same issue I've been telling about? Maybe I can demonstrate it later. Grey mother screech. When you get caught by the police, instead of the police sirens, you hear the screech. Added some sounds. Yeah, I think that added some sounds. What I assumed from that is it brought back the echoes and the reverb in the tunnels and the bridges. But yeah, you're right. Maybe they all really added some world sounds, like how they are doing it for Iberia. Maybe, huh? That could be. Clumsy modding. Yeah. Might end up in the gutter, huh? Literally. AC dog. Which announcement? Reefer sounds? What's a reefer sound? Sorry, which announcement are we discussing? My goldfish memory is striking. I've forgotten about it already. Refrigerated trailer. Oh, you mean like there should be like a humming sound if you are hauling a ref trailer? A reefer? Guess that makes sense, huh? Because the air conditioning system should be working. Oh, the tire manufacturer hints. Well, I didn't say a tire manufacturer hint. You said that not me, okay? Just to be clear. Yeah, there's apparently rubber company. That's going to make its way into ATS based on the update. But so this is how it went. So they released an update today, a couple of hours ago, and they posted a change log in the beta forums, in the 140 beta thread for ATS. And as part of that change log, there's an item about this rubber company. I didn't see it myself, so I'm just basing this based on the posts after. Someone saw it, someone caught that item, and they commented it in the thread. Like they highlighted it and said, "Whoa, this is a big reveal," or something along those lines. And then later on, after a while, SCS or the moderators edited it out. They edited both the changelog and the guy who posted that line, the guy who highlighted that line. So they removed both of them. So what does that mean? I don't know. Does it mean it's real and it's really coming? Was it an accidental spoiler that it's not ready yet, or it's not a real thing, so it shouldn't be posted? Who knows? But yeah, people started thinking about what it could mean, and many people are thinking it's there or it's coming, and it's just a matter of not being officially announced yet. That seems to be the more common train of thought about it. The Thermo King, or that's a good point actually. Would truckers really hear that from inside the cab? I guess they should hear a soft hum, huh? At the very least. That's a good point. I guess SES has to implement that first. Have trailer specific sounds. Like if you're hauling pigs, you could hear them. What is the verb when a pig does its sounds? Squeaking. Should hear the pigs squeaking at the back. That would be nice, huh? Trailer specific sounds. Never thought of that. Good idea. So the same with the reefer. And that should be changing. That reefer should be changing the sound depending on what you're hauling. Like if you're using a reefer trailer but you're hauling something that doesn't need to be chilled, so the air conditioning system is off, so it shouldn't be humming. And the light should be off, because there's like a light at the back there, right? Like a green light when it's on. It's nice. Certain wing-footed company. Oh my goodness. Oink. Oinking at the back, yes. I didn't read anything. Yeah, I was actually surprised about it, because I thought initially, well, we already have that. But then again, yeah, ATS2 is different from ATS. Just like how it was when we had Volvo in ETS, but we didn't have it yet in ATS. So I guess now it's the same thing. It's great though. They move. Is this like Latvian speaking French? Almost buying it. It's nice driving through American roads again though. Really gives a different vibe versus European roads. That and the entire truck itself is different. Very nice. Nice to mix it up from time to time with our favorite combos. Strategic message ignoring. Yes, it's redacted. You know how it is with those CIA files, the one with the black tape. Yeah. You use the style truck in ETS. I've never tried it, but yeah, some people are fond of it. I'm not a huge fan of mixing the trucks. I like keeping them in their home geography. But yeah, I can imagine it's fun. If you like this truck, then why not? The newest reefer trailers you can't hear. That's a good excuse. They're that quiet already. Dang it. Would be nice to hear the humming though. Like when you start your engine or when you start the electricity, you would hear that slight humming spooling up in the background, like when you turn on any air conditioner. Can I be a sound modder now? Maybe I should record my own sounds. Make my own F-mod bank in there. The gray mother screeching would be the Jake break. Oh my goodness. That's a totally different project there. Looks odd to you without minor urban overhaul. Oh yeah, that's true. I missed that mod. That adds so much to the highways in here in this area. My only problem with it, that if anything, I was actually hoping that the minor urban overhaul would be included in the Reforma map, the consolidated one. Because my main problem with minor urban overhaul is it's almost always incompatible with the map mods. Like whenever there's an update with Reforma, with Zeemod, you would see all these comments saying, oh, it broke minor urban overhaul, so you need to update it, or you can only use this part, or you'll have to wait it's not compatible immediately, you'll have to wait a while. And yeah, it's the same problem with me. If I check it out one time and it's not ready, I forget to check it again. So I end up not using it at all, which is such a shame. Because it's one of my favorite mods when it comes to really improving the highways. It adds so much. So I hope they think about integrating it with the Reforma package. That's something I would really enjoy. Still works with a few changes. Yeah, that's a tricky thing, the few changes. And sometimes it's even trickier because it doesn't just outright crash, right? Sometimes you would have to drive and crash in the middle of a trip. And that happening in the middle of recording is not a pretty experience. So the instability is giving me reservations in including it in the map. So if they can integrate that, that would remove all those questions. That would ensure that the combination is in the right load order, right combinations and stuff. That would be amazing. Because to be honest, I didn't really have a problem with the other map mods like Mexico Extremo, Viva Mexico, the Sierra Nevada. The load order for those guys was pretty much straightforward for me. It was not a big issue for me. But the minor urban overhaul, yeah, the compatibility was always a problem. Woke up this morning and forgot which side of the sun rises from. Oh my goodness. Not even going to finish that sentence. Oh my goodness. That's on a different level altogether. Is there such a thing as a grandpa joke? Because I think that transcended the dad joke levels. Oh my goodness, he's on a roll. He's here all week. Ay ay ay. Spannerisms. That works. Yes. We here? Are we turning right? Not really. I don't think so. Yeah. Go straight here. Looking good there. Yeah, this area, especially the LA area, I think it's the oldest area in SES. I think it equals the same, not really equals, but it's like the same pattern as the old areas in ETS2, like previously Germany, now Belgium, Amsterdam, UK. I think California is around that level, right? So oftentimes I don't really drive through these areas anymore. This is where we really need the mods. Amsterdam! Oh my goodness, I said the magic word. This is where minor urban overhaul really makes it shine, in both updating the textures and making the roads more believable as interstates. But here we're actually going into I-8 now, actually bending into it. Nice. East of here was very inaccurate. Paz really helped it. Oh, that's great. Yeah, no wonder a lot of people like Zeemod. If ever you're getting into these areas, Zeemod is a must-have. That's quality over quantity right there. That was the perfect emote. Make it stop! Make it stop! Oh my goodness. That's the one. Even Nightbot couldn't help it. Strong winds possible. The name of the book is I Don't Like It by Jack Spanner. Available at your nearest bookstore. Hey, you can actually do that. That might be a possible business venture. You have a title already. You have an author already, a pen name. And now you have the content. Might be charged with plagiarism, but maybe people won't get on. Oh my goodness. Jay joining the party. Sending Mrs. Jack many new socks. Oh yes, I think she'll need them. You saw that firsthand, Alex, right? I didn't get to see that. We should have clipped that. You can make that your like channel banner, or doesn't Twitch have that, like that intro video for people who just visited your channel? I think you can make that as your intro video. That would be perfect. I'm actually thinking which I like better, the wannabe famous barrage from the bots, or this Spannerisms barrage. It's hard to decide. It's hard. It's a pretty close call. That car was loading. What was it? Here we have El Centro. The space, the open, like the vastness of the area is really something that I still haven't wrapped my head around. I'm not used to spaces like these. I did get some frame drops in there though. Wanna Be Famous is more realistic. I miss those guys. Don't you miss being able to use the ban hammer as much as you wanted? Alex was like playing whack-a-mole there. Jay would have enjoyed it. You could let it out. Let out your full mod powers. Raya and the Dragon Thing movie. I'm not sure if it's going to be shown in cinemas here. I think it's going to be shown in Disney Plus. But yeah, it should. If it gets shown on cinema, we probably will. Because it does look pretty promising, and I think there are some... Were they Singaporean actors in there? I think I saw like an interview of the actors. I wasn't sure if they were Singaporean. I just saw it in my feed. I would be interested in watching it though, yes. If it gets shown in cinema, on the movies. But if it's only in Disney Plus, I still haven't. Disney Plus, I can still hold off a bit on it. Okay, I have plenty of other things to watch in Netflix at the moment. Not really plenty, but I think I can watch some things in Netflix and save some money. Tried to ban Jack in his own stream. Oh, why not? It should be a feature. Yeah, exactly. Raya is Disney Plus. How does it work when you have a new movie like that? I think it was the same with Mulan. Can you imagine? Did it have to be... So, you have a Disney Plus subscription for sure. But do you need to like rent it out separately so it's a separate charge? I guess. Or is it free with Disney Plus? Hey Joshua, thanks for joining. Thanks for the follow as well, appreciate it. How are you? It's a rental. Ah, I see. Yeah, that's how it seemed like based on how the description was when the Raya movie was being advertised. Like, can also rent it on Disney Plus, and that seemed to me like that's different from just being available in Disney Plus directly. $34.99. That's pretty pricey. One sec. Why is that $34.99? Maybe it's regional, huh? Because if I watch that outside, well, I guess it's cheaper if you're a family. The more you are, the cheaper it gets. Yeah, I guess so. But since there's only 2 of us, it would be more or less the same. Yeah, it's more worth it when you have a bigger household. Oh, got a few stutters in there. Slow-mo goodness. I think the number of objects might be a tad too much in this area. Yeah, look at that. Huge stuttering. It's not stuttering per se, it's a slow-mo kind of thing. Yeah, I bet it's going to be worth it for those with like a couple of kids. And normally in the movies you would have to buy each of them a ticket. Here, one would be enough. Oh crap, how do we park this thing? Ooh, I think it's going to be a blindside reverse. I might need more than 5 minutes here, guys. Let's lower our windows here. By the way, that Mod Studio plugin for Stream Deck, has anyone tried it out? I tried it out, but for some reason it doesn't work with me. Like the controls won't work even if I install the plugin. I'm not sure if it conflicts with one of my other plugins. I do have some of them in here. It doesn't look right, but we'll try it anyway. Hey Alpha Star, glad to see you here in Twitch as well. Yeah, exactly. How are you? Thanks for joining, man. Yeah, exactly. For a large family, it's worth it. Okay, that looks promising, although I have zero visibility here. Clumsy trucker reversing. Yeah, I need that sticker. I need that kind of sticker. Nope, that's off. That's off. I missed it. Oh no, it's the Rohan. Run! Quick, Jack. Give him something. Now's the time you want to unleash those skills, Jack. Can't be just us who suffers. Rohan has to share the pain. You've been lurking before, also you're victimized too. Okay, you're in. Hey, that's pretty messy. Thanks for following. Welcome to the channel. Final episode of WandaVision. I've heard very good things about WandaVision. In some ways, I'm more excited about that than Mandalorian. Where do you guys think we are? Even reverse in this kind of scenario. So we need to turn sharper. And then I'll just fix it on the other side, I guess. As long as we are able to turn here somewhat. Then I can fix it on the opposite side. Nailed it. Does that work? Will the game accept that? I think it's close enough. No, that's what we call parallel parking. Oh my goodness. Jack is rubbing off on me. Superman and Lewis. Where do you guys watch that? Is that in Netflix? Oh. My goodness. Oh, CW, I see. That emote. That's more like it. Oh yeah, this trailer is a bit weird. It's a bit hard to maneuver though. I guess it's because the axles are all the way at the back. And yeah, I think we'll be hitting this orange trailer before we make this turn. End the stream now before we get any more of the spannerisms. That might be a good call actually. It's nice though. It's not like every trailer behaves the same. It really is. You can really feel the difference in the physics. SCS definitely got that part locked down. These low boys are one of the most stubborn trailers to turn that I've driven. That's more like it. Now we just need to balance it out. Oh, look at the skies here, guys. Look, this actually looks like JBX, huh? It's very nice. I like it. Okay, looks good. Even it out. Okay, we got this. Finally. Thank you for waiting. Oh, look at that. I made it exactly at 11. Yeah, exactly, Panda. That's exactly what we experienced. A poor turning radius. No audio? Why is that? Crash the sound alert. Refund. Wasn't my fault. It's on. You can see it there, but there's no sound. It wasn't me. I'll have to double check that. 11 a.m. hype, just in time. Well, thank you guys for joining. Let's end the pain here. Let that Jack guy get some sleep. I think it's the lack of sleep causing all those dad jokes. 32, wow, look at that. That's the one I like. Cheating. You can take that up with Twitch. Have a good one, guys. Thank you for joining. Happy weekend. Why did I close my lights? Happy weekend, and catch you guys on Discord. Right? Appreciate the company. No, don't go. See ya. Have a good one. Take care and Clumsy trucking. Thank you. Bye.